الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا ثم أما بعد. الإمام النووي رحمه الله تعالى في رياض الصالحين يقول في باب الغضب إذا انتهكت حرمات الشرع والانتصار لدين الله تعالى. Chapter on al-ghadab, which means getting angry, getting provoked. إذا انتهكت حرمات الله, against transgression of divine laws, the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If someone sees the laws of Allah being violated, you get angry for that. وَالْإِنْتِصَارُ لِدِينِ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى, and the person should support and aid the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at all circumstances. If you remember the past few nights, we were reading the stories about, controlling your anger and how much anger, how much, provocations someone should endure before they show that. And the last one we talked about باب احتمال الأذى, the endurance of afflictions and these trials. Now this time, Imam al-Nawawi rahimahullah ta'ala making some exceptions. Okay, you need to be patient, you shouldn't be rude, but then, okay, what if, for how long, how much? احتمال الأذى, how much you should endure. And now he says exceptions that allows you to really get angry and get provoked. Meaning, what are these circumstances in which it's worth it to get angry for? It's not something of the dunya. It's something for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and for the sake of Allah azza wa jal. So if someone, iyadan billah, walks in the street of a Muslim country, in some Muslim countries, a'udhu billah, the people don't wallahi care. And they can verbally, a'udhu billah, abuse the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You walk in the street, you hear him cursing the deen of Allah azza wa jal, a'udhu billah. I've heard it many times. And they're supposed to be Muslims. Perhaps even they carry the name Ahmad and Muhammad and Abdullah. Allah musta'an. So that is very dangerous. Should you just say astaghfirullah and keep going? Or should you go and you do something about it? Or at least say something. At least you should say something. Are you allowed to get angry about these issues? But again, remember, getting angry should not translate into becoming violent. Now, getting angry, you should get angry, but then you make a positive action, inshallah ta'ala, bring a positive change in the society. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says here, قال الله تعالى وَمَن يُعَظِّمْ حُرُمَاتِ اللَّهِ فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِ. And whoever honors the sacred things of Allah, the sacred rules and laws of Allah, then that is better for him with his Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you tu'azzim, you honor these things. For example, the Mus'haf. The Mus'haf, which is the book that has the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you show respect to this, and you always keep it in a clean place, keep it in safe hands, and making sure that no one would ever defile the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's something you should consider all the time. When it comes to the salah, you don't allow anyone to mock that salah, or that ibadah, because that's worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِ. This is better for them with their Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَقَالَ تَعَالَى إِن تَنصُرُوا اللَّهِ يَنصُرْكُمْ. If you aid and support Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will support you. Does Allah need our support, ya Jama'ah? He doesn't need it, right? But why should we do that? For our own sake. If we need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be with us, we need to show that to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, Ya Allah, we're with you. We support your deen, so Ya Allah, support us and help us. وَيَثَبِّتْ أَقْدَامَكُمْ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would make your foothold firm. So you stand firm against all these afflictions and trials of this world. Imam al-Nawawi rahimahullah mentioned one hadith, which is a very important hadith in regard for the imams in particular. قال وعن أبي مسعود رضي الله تعالى عنه قال جاء رجل إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال إني لأتأخر عن صلاة الصبح من أجل فلان مما يطيل بنا. This man come to the Prophet ﷺ and he says, Ya Rasulullah, I don't attend Fajr Salah, the morning Salah, because of so and so. They did not mention specifically who this person, because they want to be objective. It's not about being, who the Imam is. It's about the actual action of that Imam. So becoming objective, or the action itself being wrong, not the person being the one who's leading Salah. He said, I'm not coming to the masjid, I skip basically Fajr Salah, I don't come to the masjid because of so-and-so who leads. And he prolongs the Salah too much. So basically, I don't come because it's too much, it's too long. MashaAllah, you come to the Salat al-Fajr, and the Imam is enjoying his time, he's reciting 10 pages per rak'ah. Tabarak ar-Rahman. Imagine you come to Salat al-Fajr, you're ready, wear your suit on, and your cup of coffee is waiting for you in the car. You want to go to work after Salah, and here's the Imam, mashallah, is enjoying his time, and he's getting too emotional, and praying, mashallah, the whole juz'ah in the Salah. It's too much. I mean, in ideal situation, that's beautiful. He's given you an extra opportunity to be connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But in these regular circumstances of our time, people, they feel it difficult for them, to stand very long in salah like this. They have other things to do. So the Prophet ﷺ, when he heard that, قال الراوي Abu Mas'ud رضي الله تعالى عنه, he said, قال فما رأيت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم غضب في موعظة أشد مما غضب يومئذ. He said, I have never seen the Messenger of Allah so provoked, so angry, while giving a sermon as he was on that day. Which means when he was advising the people in regard to this issue, he was very, very angry. Angry for what? Because of those people who might cause others to not come to the salah. Sometimes the Imam is reciting too long salah that people, they intentionally come in the last rak'ah. They want to catch the thawab of al-jama'ah, the last rak'ah is sufficient, inshallah. Some other people, they wait if they want to do mashallah good. So instead of coming 10 minutes before the iqamah, they would come right when they know that the Imam is going to be saying Allahu Akbar. At least alhamdulillah, I call salatul takbiratul ihram. So they delay instead of coming to the masjid and waiting for some time, enjoying their time with the ibadah and so forth, and then they pray. So they come as late as possible. Instead, they should come actually as early as possible. So the Prophet, he was very angry, and as you can see, he was provoked because there's a violation against the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That someone is causing other people not to come and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the masjid because of their approach to the salah. فَقَالَ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ. The Prophet ﷺ in his khutbah, in his speech about this issue, he said, يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ, O people, إِنَّ مِنْكُمْ مُنَفِّرِينَ. He said, some of you create hatred. So you create hatred among the people against the salah. إِنَّ مِنْكُمْ مُنَفِّرِينَ. Those who cause the people, basically like they cause the people to repel and also to become rebellious. They don't want to come to the salah. Why? Because of their actions. فَقَالَ صلى الله عليه وسلم أَيُّكُمْ أَمَّا النَّاسَ فَلْيُجِزْ. Whoever leads salah for people, he should make it brief. Whoever leads the salah for people should make it brief. فَقَالَ فَإِنَّ مِنْ وَرَائِهِ الْكَبِيرَ وَالصَّغِيرَ وَذَا الْحَاجَةِ. Says perhaps behind him, those who pray behind him, will be the old man and the very young and those who have urgent needs. Someone just stopped by on his way home to pray Salat al-Maghrib and then leave. And you have an Imam, mashallah, is reciting Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen like Taraweeh. Long recitation. Now for this person who's in need, his mind is not there. And the next time, if he was going back home, do you think he's going to stop by the masjid to pray Salat al-Maghrib before he gets home? I don't think so. He's going to act like this man. He would say, no, I'm not going to stop. I better go home. I'll pray at home, inshallah ta'ala. We cause this man to do Salat al-Jama'ah. However, just make it very clear here. How long or short a salah should be. Now that's a relative issue. There is no specific standard. In the Prophet ﷺ, he gave approximate length in Hadith Mu'adh bin Jabal. He said, فَلْيَقْرَأ بِسَبِّحِ اسْمَ رَبِّكَ الْأَعْلَى هَلْ أَتَاكَ حَدِيثُ الْغَاشِيَةِ اقْرَأ بِاسْمِ رَبِّكَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَغْشَى وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا. He gave him these examples as average length. You're talking about 2/3 of a page per rak'ah. That's an average length. What if the people, they love to hear the Imam recite longer? In this case, yes, the Imam can prolong the salah for them. Let's say you have a guest Imam coming, and you know that the Imam, mashallah, has a beautiful voice. So we tell him, could you please make the salah a little bit longer? We need to hear your voice. That's fine. In this case, he can do that. So there's a special occasion for it. Or it's a special, let's say, event. You have a conference, you have specific programs. In this case, people are there to listen and enjoy. So you make it longer. So there has to be some circumstances. Like the Prophet ﷺ, he was seen praying Salat al-Maghrib, and in Salat al-Maghrib he recited Surah Al-A'raf. You guys know how long Surah Al-A'raf is? It's almost 2 juz's. It was a juz and a half. So it's very long. And who is reciting? An-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do you think he's going to recite it quickly and fast? Supersonic speed? No, he'd be reciting, taking his time, enjoying the tajweed, and he would be given it its haqq and mustahaq sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That means by the time he finished Salat al-Maghrib, Isha time was already in. But these were special occasions, special circumstances. And sometimes he would recite in Salat al-Isha, he was heard sallallahu alaihi wasallam reciting in Salat al-Isha with Wattini wa Zaytun. That's even 1/4 of a page in one rak'ah. So it depends on the circumstances. There's no specifics, but if we're going to resort to a specific average, would be the surah that I just cited for you from the recitation of Mu'adh radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Al-Hadith rawah al-Bukhari wa Muslim. Wallahu ta'ala. Any question, Ajma?
It's not so much the salah itself, but sometimes when you do the last
Tashahhud?
Nah. Some imams prolong it. I mean, I know you're supposed to do a little dua, but
no.
I don't know when the last tashahhud is longer than like 2 rak'ahs. I think it's what are you saying? I just want to ask you, what are you saying that you don't know what you're saying?
Like, sometimes the question is about the last tashahhud in the salah, the durood part. So when you're done from the final tashahhud, sometimes the imam makes it too long, really. That sometimes the length of the tashahhud is longer than the entire 2 rak'ah, perhaps. So what is the imam saying at that time? Yes, there are sunnah to recite specific du'as, but for how long should the du'a continue? Now again, if the person is leading salah, he's still under the command of the Prophet ﷺ to make it brief. Even in tashahhud, should be actually brief. So what would you say? After saying the dua, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protection from Jahannam, from the torment of the grave, from fitnat al-adab, fitnat al-dunya, hayat al-dunya, and fitnat al-masih al-dajjal, it's an open space for dua. Whatever you want to say at the end. If you want to make a long dua, do it in the nafil salah. Do it in your nafil salah. But if you're going to be leading people in salah, you better make it brief. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ said in Hadith Mu'adh, he says, "Man amma an-nasa falyukhaffif." If you're going to be leading salah, make it easy, make it brief. Then he said, if you pray for yourself, falyutil ma yasha. But if you're going to be praying for yourself, make it as long as you wish. So I agree with you. Sometimes they do it actually very long, and it's not the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. What would you say after the dua, the prescribed dua? It's an open space for general dua. Wallahu a'lam. Any question? Yes.
What's the etiquette for when you're reciting behind the imam, praying, and the imam says the salam? Do you have to wait until he says both the salams before you make yours, or you follow him in the same?
No. So after the salah, the end of the salah, when the imam gives his salam, he gives salam to the right side and then to the left side. Should you wait for the imam to finish both sides, right and left, and then you do your salam? Or should you join him right after the first one and then right after the second one? These are actually two opinions in fiqh. Some of the ulama, because the wajib part of the salah is the first one, to the right side. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The first one, that would be enough. The second one is considered sunnah, yani mustahabba. So the ulama, they argue, are both considered one juz', one part of the salah, or each is a separate part? Those are separate between the fard and the sunnah, they make them actually two separate things. That's why. So they make them two actually separate parts. And that's why they say, when the imam go to the right side, you do the right side. And when the imam go to the left side, you go to the left side. But wallahu alam, I believe that as-salam is all one part of the salah. It's called as-salam. So you wait until the imam finishes both sides, and then inshallah ta'ala you do your salam. Wallahu alam. Yes?
Open-ended dua after the tashahhud. Does it have to be in Arabic or can be in any other language?
The dua can be opened. It can be opened after that. Now.
Can it be in Arabic or another language?
It's open actually. It's specific. In the fard salah though, the vast majority of the fuqaha, they prefer to keep it in the Arabic language. And it's open in the nafil or the sunnah salah. So to be on the safe side, if you're doing your fard salah, keep it in Arabic. So learn a few more du'as inshallah ta'ala. But if you're praying your nafil or your sunnah, and you would like to add a specific dua, personal dua, you can make it in your language inshallah. Yes?
During ruku', when the imam stands up from ruku', Sami Allahu liman he says Sami Allahu liman hamidah, Allahu rabbana wa lakal hamd.
Uh-huh.
We as following the Imam, because I know we say Allahu rabbana wa lakal hamd, but I heard one of the trio of Muhammad Yaqub, he actually was doing the demo for Salah, and he said he was supposed to say Sami Allahu liman hamidah.
No.
Even if the Imam says it, you repeat it after that.
No.
And then you say Allahu rabbana wa lakal hamd. So, but he didn't cite any proof. So, which one is correct? Do we
The
say
question
both?
is about when you join the Imam in Salah and you're coming back from Ruku'. When the Imam says Sami Allahu liman hamida, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he hears those who praises his name. So what do you say? Would you repeat the same statement with the Imam? Sami Allahu liman hamida, and then you say Rabbana lakal hamd. It's okay, no, it's okay. So what would you say? You say Sami Allahu liman hamida. In the Jama'ah, you should respond to the call of the Imam. So when the Imam says Sami Allahu liman hamida, Allah listens and hears those who praise His name, you praise Allah's name. You say Rabbana lakal hamd. But if you pray by yourself, that's when you say Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana lakal hamd. Wallahu a'lam. Nah. Tafadhal.
I've heard it from the local Imam in every area. He said, لا تسبقوا الإمام ولا تسووا الصلاة.
The question is about racing with the Imam or matching the Imam in his positions. Basically, should you race the Imam? If the Imams go to the sujood. Some people, you see them when the Imam says Sami Allah liman hamida, right before he finishes Sami Allah liman hamida, they're already standing up, mashallah. That is wrong. And even when they come up, the Imam is still making the dua, Rabbana lakal hamd. They're already their backs already bent down towards the sujood. So they're holding their thobes sometimes, getting ready to go to the sujood, as if it's race. I mean, regardless how much you try to race with the Imam, at the end you're not going to give salam before him, right? So take it easy. You're not going to finish before the Imam. So just take it easy throughout the entire salah, inshallah tabaraka wa ta'ala. It's not actually any good. Specifically, the ulama, they say if someone races the Imam and they surpass the Imam 3 positions in salah, in this case the salah will be invalid. Also, they say if someone slows down, opposite to that, also if someone slows down. And if the Imam is praying average speed, we say average speed, not the one who's praying too fast sometimes, but an Imam who's praying an average speed, but there's mashallah somebody behind the Imam, is Tabarak ar-Rahman, he has this moment of Imam rush, so spiritual moment, and he's prolonging his ruku' and his sujood. So the Imam says Sami Allah liman hamida, he's still saying Subhana Rabbiyal Azim, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. The Imam finishes the sujood and he's still mashallah doing his sajda. If you're too slow, that the Imam passes you two parts of the salah, that rak'ah will be invalid. And you should join the Imam when he finishes. You stand up to add another rak'ah instead of that one. And if this happens in every rak'ah, your salah is invalid with the Imam. You have to pray by yourself. Wallahu ta'ala. Fair inshallah. Last question. Fadal.
What's the role having a garment above the ankle when you are praying?
Say it again.
Having a garment above your ankle.
You should be fine inshallah ta'ala. You should be fine. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.